Traders, hello. It's morning just in Perth here on Wednesday, the 25th of January. So what I wanted to go over here, guys, is I've recently got some feedback from a member of the forum that I use, okay, Naked Forex Now, and we've got a private Skype chat room as well, and we can send, videos that I make obviously on the YouTube channel, everything in charts and, backtesting results and whatnot. So one of the things we did was, I'm still actually not finished it yet. It's six years on the AUD Japanese yen 4-hourly chart, okay, with the DBB indicator enabled. And this midline here also acts as a 20-day moving average as well. Okay, and I just wanted to go over some things that he mentioned to me that were extremely helpful because I was actually really struggling. It was probably over 6% drawdown with it and just not enjoying things at all. And I just wanted to pass on a few little tips. He's a more experienced trader than I am, and it's really appreciative that he passed on. It's those 1% that add up. I'm also into exercise and sports science, and that's what I do as a day job as well as do other things. But it's those 1% that help. So you got to put yourself out there, though. You got to, realize that, you fail. That's the name of the game, really. Okay, so what we do, we go to the weeklies, and then that is how we establish our support and resistance levels. And if you're unsure what a support resistance level is, pretty much, I'll zoom out and I'll show you. I'm really not the most qualified person to be teaching this, though. Okay, I've only really been doing this for about 11 months. But essentially, it's where price comes and interacts with a price on the chart, and then there's resistance there, or there's support, or it bounces off. Okay, so what we'll do, we go to the line graph here. All right, if you guys don't have Forex Tester or a backtesting simulator, I'd strongly encourage you to do that as well. I'll just get this out of the way. Also, this was a little note that I had. So it must have been a signal, but it was gapped. So when that does do that, just be careful that the market has a natural tendency to close the gap. Okay, so avoid that, and it reverts back to the mean, and it happened. So I just want to remind myself about that. I actually listened and didn't do it. So what you do is you have a zoomed out position, and then we draw in our support and resistance. And the key thing is to use this icon here. Keep the space, at least 300 pips, 200 at the very minimum. Okay. So I'm just cycling through here. Probably don't go too zoomed out. So I've got one less from the maximum zoomed out position that you can do. And this is up for debate here as well. This is why they're not their levels. So if price gets close to it, if there's a signal, then just be wary of that. And really what you want, if a signal is there, that would have been really sweet. And then it goes, and it's got plenty of room to get that 1-to-1, and that's what I'm practicing right now. I'm just really trying to perfect my ability to identify that. But what we'll do is we'll go through some signals now, and I had a few recent winners, and we'll go back to the 4-hourly, and I'll just explain to everyone what I think about when a trade happens and whatnot. Okay, so here it is. Alright, so we'll zoom out a little bit. Alright, so it was a little bit choppy. There's another one here as well. So what you look for, you want to identify an uptrend for a buy, and then when it's downtrending, obviously a sell. Just be aware that price will pause at certain spots. Just where, the bulls and the bears are, 50-50 or whatnot, are indecisive, and things, don't want to move, and just take advantage of when bam, something happens. And what also I got made clear to me is when you're pursuing a 1-to-1, and 1-to-1s is you've got the entry there, stop loss there, the difference there in points is what you add on to your take profit. Okay, so it's the opening price, stop loss minus the 2, that was 84 points. You add 84 points to the opening price, so your entry price if you're doing a pending order, which is what you should be doing, and then that's that. Okay, But we'll go here. Let's have a look. God, I made a couple of buys. Okay. So what I look for is it had a little bit of distance there. That was a little risque because it's going straight into resistance, but I think I like the signal there because it closes above the midline, which is one of the qualifying rules. I think here I did that as well, but I disregarded it. I think I wanted to prove re-establishment of the trend. Okay, and then it's gone, and then gone again. This is a little bit better because it's got that line pierced there, and then it's gone further on as well, and it's continued on, and I've gone again. That was a nice bit of price action too, meets the qualifying criteria. Both close above the midline, and then it's gone. So yeah, so look, there it is, and my opening balance was 10,000. So I'm just really being a little more strict with things, and implementing those key little rules do really help. Okay, what we'll do as well, we'll do an update on the demo account as well. I'm trading this on a Oanda demo account, and we have the AUD yen, which is fitting because I'm testing it too. And I have it up. Okay, so I think it was the daily I got into. Okay, so that's where it was. So that closes above the midline there. Nice little bit of price action too. The primary concern that I did have was that it was, as you can see on the weekly. When I did take this though, I wasn't following, having a weekly resistance level implemented. And regarding that, although the daily it presents too, as you can see, bam, bam, and it's respected it really, and it has. But there's still a little bit of positivity there. We'll go to the 4 hourly. So that's what's happened. It got triggered on the daily. I'm just showing you the 4 hourly here. So in a little bit of profit. It got to around 50% of my take profit. And if it was to get to the take profit, this trade would have ended already because I move a trailing exit. So the stop loss is moved to break even. So I would have made a little bit of money. But again, very small lot sizing, guys. That's just how I make it. I do that because so I can have a few more opportunities that present. All right, so let's go to the euro pound 4 hourly. So this is a little bit of a better setup to show you guys an example. Okay, I've just got these as a visual cue here. The X super trend indicator. Okay, so it's not really something I rely upon. It's just a guide for me, just to help me with my training. So there's the signal closed below, obviously because that's relevant because it's a sell trade. Go to the daily. Look, I'd like to see a lot more down. For me, this probably wouldn't be a trade. I mean, in my back testing, it's so key that it needs to be downtrending. A little bit more than that. I mean, I know it's made a few swings at it, so you could argue that on the 4 hourly exhaustion is present with the trend finishing. So that's valid in a sense, but I've got this trade going now, so I can't really get into another trade. If this was closed out in profit with the trailing move to break even, then I could. Another signal I saw as well was the Aussie dollar 4 hourly. Okay. And this again, you want another swing. Okay, so let it retrace up a little bit and then go again further down, and then we can go and get that. All right, what I'll do, let's do a little bit of back testing as well. Why don't we? I'm just going to sip of coffee. And let's see if something can happen. So currently right now, we are in a range bound bit of price action. So you zoom out, you can see that that's choppy. So we're gonna be pressing the spacebar a few times here as well, I might just do one trade as well. Okay, so that's interesting. I'll wait till a signal to come up. So you wanted to tag that 20 moving average. So straight away, my reaction is that, okay, things are breaking through resistance. We might have an establishment of a downtrend. Okay, so I'm not going to get that one, but I'm just going to have a look at the daily here just for a bit of confirmation. So, well, you be the judge. To me, that is downtrending, but it's not, a strong trend. It's more sideways to me personally than it is. But so I look at the daily just for an understanding of what's going on. If it makes another play down, though, plenty of room. I'm going to take this trade. I'm going to take it. We'll go 5 pips below the low. 52. It's a sell stop. And then 500. So this is a 0.5%. I'll move this actually out of the way just so you guys can see the chart as well. Okay. So it's 9.64. Alright, we'll place it. I'll just zoom out again so you guys can see that that's, there's plenty of room between the levels or the zones, whatever you want to refer it to. Let's just let this play out. Okay, double click, take a screenshot. Sometimes you just get unlucky. Look, I'd like to hear people's opinions on the forum for the guys that watch it, because I thought that was, obviously there's a few touches there. And now it's re-established. Interesting. Look, was that not enough a significant swing down, perhaps? Now it's back into this range. Doesn't meet the criteria. I'm just going to have a cake in a cup here. Double chocolate. This makes me feel better when I lose like that. Just makes me feel better. I mean, for the whipping action there. Didn't meet the criteria again. It makes me feel better when it does that, because that actually would have been a winning trade, but I just do that just to, get that line there, just so obviously you can see it's not at the same level, but I just like to see it though for me. Look, again, for people that don't have a lot of understanding, you don't want to get into that. Okay, see there is resistance there, it's sideways. We'll have a look at the daily as well just to get an idea of what's going on. It's bad, so it doesn't know what it wants to do. Really, I want to see it break down. I want to see it break a little lower, because the trend now is, it's not sideways really. It's a weakish downtrend. Okay. Look, no, it needs to do more. Look at that, I denied it. I'm learning. Exact same little thing where it just touched and went again. God, it wouldn't have triggered me though, but We'll do one more trade. I'll put up one video a week just of me testing as well. I want to see how far I've gone into this. It's not a lot. I find it's hard for me to keep my focus as well. And I do a lot during the day, and I just need to do this during the day, though. At night, I'm fatigued and it's bad. Okay, so this is interesting. An aggressive move up. It's a valid signal. A bit of a swing there. I mean, my bias has been short, but look, yep. Let's give it a crack. Some more trades. I'd take the money line, I guess. So we'll go to 10 there. And stop loss 38. So nice, you know, I'm not asking a lot here. Price, okay, 38. So it'd be 500. 30.16. The next. Didn't trigger. Close it. Oh. Definitely. It wasn't an aggressively high entry either, though. It was conservatively high. Oh. Oh. Makes me feel ill when that happens, you know. I'll go sideways. Well, look, I mean, it wasn't going to be a runner anyway, you know, so I was going to swear, but I'm trying to keep this clean and civilized. Let's make another play up. That's what I'm looking for here. I just want to let you know having an internal dialogue is quite important as well. So you sort of see it forming and you know, and you can see a visualization in your mind of what you'd like to see out of the trade. So obviously this here, it's above, you just want it to, and you see it. But still be very, very firm with yourself about following the rules. This is, you know, should be treated like real money nearly. It's just obviously fast forward. This is good because it's showing you guys that this is what real price action is about. It's pretty sporadic and, you know, will change quickly. That's why you've got to adapt and don't have a held belief in a pair. It just can do something and off it goes, and just jump onto it if the signal's there and the rules are there. That's something I'm learning. Like the Aussie dollar rally as well, you know, like wow. Although that will fizzle out. It looks like it's fizzling out. There was some CPI data apparently out. You know, I'm not a fundamental trader, but I like to have an understanding of what moves money, and obviously fundamentals typically they absolutely play a role. So I just like to, you know, I don't base a trade on that though. I look for the price action really, and then what happens, you know. What's going on the daily? It feels almost like I've wasted everyone's few minutes here with this because it's been an absolute disaster, but you know. See, no, because of the resistance there. So previously, I drawn the resistance in with the 4-hourly and the daily, and there was too many. So what I would do is if one was, you know, printed and resist, it'd almost be like a false resistance or not really well established. And then I wouldn't take the trade and that would just go bam, you know. So I missed out on a lot of good trades because resistance wasn't really as legitimate, so to speak, okay? It just needs to make a bit of a move here, either down or up. It's just hovering in no man's land. So it needs to make another swing and lower, really. Oh, that's not valid because that closed. Immediate gut reaction is it's just going to fall a bit more, so incorrect. Interesting. This might be the last one I'll do, guys, because I don't want to be too long. I've got a few things to do. So that's a valid signal. Like how it pierced through there. Orders, bam. Change the lot sizing, obviously. And it's 4 point. Didn't trigger. Look, that's Look, I don't know if that would have actually taken me out, because if we go here, anyway. Alright guys, I'm going to save this and just call it a video, alright? So I hope everyone's learned a few things. What to do, how to approach things better, what not to do with an error that I've made in the video. And I hope you enjoyed watching it, and until next time,